critical thinking is really hard. It's really hard because it can really hurt your ego. Critical thinking means at some point you have to digest whether or not you're wrong. You have to assess with new information all the time. Has my opinion changed? Has my stance changed? Have I softened on a subject, or have I been reinforced and I have hardened my stance on a subject? I think that was the age of reason, the ability to cognitively think something through. But I think what we've seen after 20 or maybe even longer, 30 years of these institutions of higher indoctrination and grooming, changing the way we tried to open the minds of the youth, trying to change the way we would open. Like I've said this before, I technically had a classical liberal education. In the sense, classic liberalism was about, hey, wherever you grew up, wherever you called home, your parents, your family, your community, you had a view of the world, but that view of the world was just of where you grew up. Very narrow. Now, some of you might have had a wider if you traveled more or did more, but in general, the idea of a classic liberal education, as it was when I went to college, and many people older than me, was about a professor or the institution saying, this is great. We love the fact that now you're here. You've got this wedge of knowledge. We want to expand it. We want to grow it. We want to show you all these different things you may have never thought about, you may have never read, you may have never seen, you may have never pondered before. We're not telling you what to think. We're going to tell you how to think, how to explore, how to look at a subject for the first time and say, I've never thought about this before. I'm going to have to read on it. I'm going to have to research it. I'm going to have to learn more so that way I can write my paper and I can make an argument in my class. That's what the classic education was. It was learning how to think. And I've watched it, and it's sped up like everything else. When the pendulum starts to move past the center, it gains speed when it moves toward the other side. And we've gone from the classic liberal education of let's widen your worldview and teach you how to think to going the exact opposite. And now you've got college professors, the world of academia, that wants to narrow your worldview to what is only acceptable in their paradigm. In their prescription of the world, you have a very narrow view of what's allowed. And it's no longer learning how to think. They're going to tell you what to think, what is allowed, what's inside the wedge, and what needs to be ignored, or worse, destroyed. So we have gone from an age of reason, and in my lifetime, I see a subset of our population that has entered an age of unreason.